Hey everyone, welcome back to GregTech and New Horizons. Do you notice anything? Do you notice the bubbles coming off of my face and my suit? Do you notice the effects that I have right here and up in this corner? Do you notice one thing and where I am? Yes. Do you notice another thing? Why that's all happening? I don't have any boots anymore. You can't really see that, but if you look in the inventory, my boots have broken, and the suit is also not doing too hot, to be quite frank. But the boots I was kind of afraid of losing because they are really tough to make. Is this stuff tough to make as well? Well, oh, that does not seem like fun. Well, that is even worse than the boots. For the boots, you have to make some molds, you have to then get rubber. It's really just a pain, but I'll have to do it, or I have to somehow get rid of the pollution. So I think the first step would be getting some boots, since I don't know how to get rid of some pollution. And there we go, rubber boots. Let's see how long I can actually last with these, or how long they will last, and if it's even going to be the entire episode. But for now, we are free of pollution. At least we can't really smell it in our hazmat suit. Is there actually a way of removing it? I think right here I was informed about it, but I don't know if there's a way to get rid of it. I just read a lot of information, and it's mostly about pollution, and I realized how terrible my layout of machines right down here is going to be. I say it's going to be because I'm not going to change that really. I'm just going to try to always keep a hazmat suit, and try to never take fall damage, and try to never encounter mobs. A lot of trying involved in that, but here's the basic gist if you don't want to read it yourself. A steam boiler, the blast furnaces to break when it produces steel, basically. All the stuff that produces steel pretty much that I can currently make, so the electronic blast furnace, the normal blast furnaces, all create pollution, and you want to spread that out to certain chunks. A chunk is being polluted, so if we look in this chunk and just turn that on, this entire chunk is going to be polluted. And I think it's actually, or it might have polluted this chunk over here, and spread to over here, since pollution can spread. That's the issue. So you don't want a pollution to spread, and what you should at best do is put your brick blast furnaces and your electronic blast furnaces somewhere far away where they can pollute some chunks and you aren't affected by it. What I'm doing is basically the complete opposite. I have my power production with the blast furnace, the boiler over here, produce my steam, and that creates pollution, and down here I have my machines directly in the chunk where the pollution happens. I'm going to put the electronic blast furnace outside of this chunk, just so I can reduce the pollution at least a little bit, and since it doesn't matter since I'm going to transport the liquid and not the power, since if you transport power you have EU loss, which is the reason why I don't want to place my machine somewhere else because of pollution. Back to the task at hand though, and that is building the EBF. And for that, we need aluminosilicate wool, for which we need this silicon dioxide, and that is basically just flint dust. So we are going to need quite a lot of flint, but I don't think that we have enough gravel for that. How much of the wool do we actually need for our multi-block structure over here? Let's see, we are going to need that amount of that, and half the amount of that is going to be the flint dust. Big problem though, even though we only need 96 flint dust, we only get 4 tiny pots of flint dust with our macerator, and if we don't do it in the macerator but rather with the normal crafting method, we would get even less. So we only get half of this, half of what we need from 1 flint, which means we actually need 192 flint at least. Actually, from processing the diatomite, we get a lot of flint dust, and it's way more than enough. What we're currently low on is the sapphire dust. We only have half of what we actually need. We have 43, which is not too bad, but that is 2.5 stacks of diatomite, and it's not that common to find it. And we have another problem besides it not being common to find it. It's near cassiterite, and that is somewhat common. But, as you can probably tell, my map has reset yet again. This time though, it's purposefully, because I could have made a backup from my last map, but that didn't have any ores or waypoints on it attached, just some exploring in this direction, but no waypoints, so I just was like, don't really bother about backing that up. I should have backed up my previous map, which was labeled with all the waypoints where my ores are, but now I gotta rediscover them, or just go into a new area since I still have not found any diamonds. I believe that this will be the chunk I have to dig down from now on, and then I'm going to go off of this chunk, hope to find some diamonds, hope to find some cassiterite, and this is probably... Well, I was about to say that was probably going to take a little bit of time, but we just found cassiterite. I hope that also works with the diamonds. Theoretically, we have enough diatomite. I still don't know how to say it. I say it wrong, that's what I know. I put it in Google Translate, and I'm definitely saying it wrong, but you can probably tell I've been digging for quite some time. There should still be some left down in the ground, or there might actually not be. If there's... Yes, there is. Okay, so I'm definitely going to dig down the layer and see how much I can actually get out of this space still, and then call you back. Whoa, wait a second. I have you, don't I? I got rubies. I just was mining the scarlet sand, and I was mining it mainly because I knew there were a lot of resources into it. If you got a lot of it, you could probably get a lot of cool stuff, and maybe even some sapphires or some rubies. And I was just checking the recipes of the rubies, and I realized those were found near redstone, so I probably have some of them actually lying around, and those would be a very, very easy source to get the sapphire, ruby, or green sapphire that I need. So how about we stop this right here, get back home, and see how many we have. I knew it, right here, ruby ore, 16, we can smelt it. I actually want the dust, so crushed ruby, we can then purify it. We'll probably get a lot more out of it if we really want to, but that should be rather easy to get. If I had my waypoint still, I would know where some more redstone is, but I can probably find that out by looking down some holes. First thing though is clearing out my inventory because it is really full, and I should probably also start processing the diatomite. I think that's the way you say it, I looked it up again. And if that is all processing, we can actually take out the flint because we no longer need this, and what we have is kinda useless. Oh my goodness, I don't believe in myself. I found my redstone again. Oh, and it's not even that far. I just had to check a few chunks right here. I started around here, found my brown limonite, had to dig down to that because I couldn't see it, and a few chunks ahead, I already found the redstone I was looking for. A stack of ruby ore should be good enough, so let's take out the diatomite that I can't really pronounce or say properly, I guess. Yeah, that should be good enough. No, 8 more right here. And let's also take out the flint dust as a ginormous failure, as well as the pyrite, which we are going to process as well. Oh, come on. I was just about to engage in a crafting session and then this again. It's not doing anything anymore. You better... Okay, it's not happening. We might have some issue here again, so let's maybe turn off the macerator or disconnect it, let some steam build up, and hope that it works then. Wow, this progress... dang it! I was about to comment on how this progress bar is just cruising along. And then it reset. It takes like around 5 days for it to move 1 inch at least. So, yeah, what am I going to do? I don't really know. I disconnected this side completely, disconnected the macerator. Let's maybe disconnect this as well, if I can. Right here. Hope that this works, but I don't have my hopes set too high. A long time coming, and I'm pretty sure it's overdue as well, but the LV alloy smelter is very important, I believe, since with Steam, I can't even power the recipes that I want to make right here. So I'm hoping that this is going to work. I even have a free spot over here. Let's hook it up. I'm not going to be able to hook it up, but I'm going to take out the items from... Oh, that's my boots. Great job. I should really unequip them when I'm jumping around here. So let's take this out. I have to destroy it, otherwise it will just continue on that recipe. Just wasted some resources, but I can redo them pretty easily, so I'm not too bothered about that. And now I just hope that this is going to be able to process them. In comparison to the Steam, this is literally cruising along at lightning speed. So I think it was a good decision to do this, especially because, are we able to keep up? I believe we are. We're making a plus even. Look at that. Amazing. Let's see if we can run the macerator simultaneously as well. So let's reconnect. Can't I walk into? Yeah, I can. Oh, it's just aligned weird, so let's connect all of that up again. And then the macerator should be working again, and I hope that the steam turbine up here still gets enough steam in order for this to keep on turning, or smelting. Well, I guess it's back to disconnecting the machines again, because this is seemingly not filling up, and we're running on full power. Theoretically, there would be space for 3 more of these. Why have I never included them? I might have even crafted... Let's look that up straight away. I believe I even crafted some more of these. Might have just never implemented them. They would be in this chest, I would think. Maybe down here, maybe back there. Maybe they don't exist. Well, then it's back to disconnecting my other stuff. We're so close. Oh my goodness, I saw it coming from miles away. Okay, it's done. Let's take this thing. I'm done. It's not done, but I am done, and that's the important thing. We're going to hook it up to over here, so we're actually going to finally use this thing. I think we're just going to connect it down to this cable. Everything is still connected up, so let's just put it here, because we seemingly need a lot of power that we currently don't have. And I hope that this is maybe going to work, please, maybe, hopefully. A lot of words. Let's put in the stuff that we need to put in. And just hope that it will be able to finish. Bad news, everyone. I'm pretty sure we're losing charcoal, not by the minute, but very slowly trickling down. We had 29 a few minutes before, and now we only have 26. So I'm pretty certain that the boiler is not going to be able to last. Which isn't too bad, I'm going to be quite frank. We probably have enough steam still provided if we shrink the boiler a little bit. Currently we have 18, if we have a 2x2 and want to have, for example, it's not going to work, is it? We should probably invest in more of these coke ovens like right now, and then we don't have problems, maybe? We are going to have to do a little bit of rewiring, and by rewiring I mean going to tear down everything in this layer and move it down 1 block below. That is the idea, and then below that we're going to build some more blast furnaces. Blast furnaces, coke ovens. Almost the same, not really. Look at me being smart and learning from my mistakes. I don't have my screwdriver now, my wrench, not my screwdriver. I'm configuring these before putting in the entire coke oven, so I can actually apply this very easily, can run my wires, configure these with the screwdriver quickly, and then just continue on laying the pipes and doing the next one right over here. And that's how I've been doing it all the way here, and it's been a breeze really, looking really nice as well. And when I'm done with this, everything is going to work out again. Have to reconfigure some stuff above there still, and probably get some more electric pumps and conveyor modules, but then we should be set up pretty good. With that, it should now all be hooked up correctly. Okay, almost. Now, the pipes between this space connect this coke oven and that coke oven, and then we have pipes going on in this space over here that connect this one and that one. I had to change out the piping since we previously didn't have the coke ovens down here, and therefore the piping was a little bit different. Had to change it all up, and as you can see, I bought some stuff with coins. But can we actually keep up now? I don't know. We definitely lost a lot of charcoal while it wasn't hooked up, but I think we're still losing charcoal, which means we need to make a lot more coke ovens right now. Look at that. All of the coke ovens are in now, and all of them are supplied with wood as well. I actually ran out of wood briefly, and I was really afraid that my boiler was cooling down since I didn't really pay attention during that time when it was out. But as you can tell, it's not been cooling down. We have enough charcoal, we have enough steam to have this continuously run, as you can probably hear now. Let's get out of here. But we had one issue, and that was that whoops. Luckily, that was a regular server restart. Not my fault, is all I'm going to say. So yeah, we're good. I didn't crash the server, even though I thought I would, because I chopped down 2 of these trees and my FPS just went tumbling down and the server slowed down dramatically. But we now have this crown flying up on there, we have this crown that is new, and another one that will be developing over there, since that is just very far away and I'm very lazy and don't want to walk that way. And yeah, it's probably going to look ugly. We have to put a few torches down here because my hazmat suit is really low. It's 0 out of 64 durability, and if I encounter one more mob that is capable of hitting me, everything is gone and I'll be exposed to pollution again, which means we definitely have to do something about this here. But as soon as we get the electric blast furnace, I'm probably going to tear these down and at least move them, if not completely get rid of them as soon as we have it. I just had a really cool idea if it works out, and it has to do with one of the items in my inventory. We also need 1 stick for it, and we might be able to do something about our pollution very easily that way. It might also be really stupid and we might not really use it, but if we do, it might be really smart. Can you please go? I thought that was going to work. Do you need some sort of liquid to do this? No. I should be able to. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can forget about that. Okay, I'll tell you my idea anyways. We can get a Spectre ingot, or I at least thought we could, and then with that Spectre ingot we could have made a Spectre key that leads to a very small personal dimension where I could have just put my blast furnaces. Only problem then, I don't know how I would have loaded them, first problem, and the second problem would be I had to go there every single time, but my pollution is solved, or would have been solved. It's not really solved currently, since 1 more hit and my suit is down. I believe someone has set up their things a little bit wrongly. Wrongly? That's not the correct way of saying it, I'm sure about that. I don't know what I did wrong though. Probably just not my pipes connecting. I can see them back there. Yeah, we'll have to fix that in a second, but the next thing I want to attend to is the other ingredient that we need, and that would be cupronickel, which is copper and nickel. Sadly, it also has to be crafted in an alloy smelter, and this is currently occupied for the next 5 hours probably in making the aluminosilicate wool. I think I'm getting better at saying that as well, but we should have a lot of copper, a lot of nickel, and I'm going to try it out in my Steam one and see if it can work there. And as you can probably hear by the sound and read by the numbers, it definitely can. I disconnected my macerator over here since I don't know if that will affect it, but we will only get 2 stacks of this because I don't have a lot of nickel. So since we need the wires, I wanted to maximize what we can get. And I think the best way of doing that is with a bending machine. The question is, I believe I crafted one, right? I actually did. Okay, if we stuff that in there, we will get some very cheap plates, right? Okay, good. I forgot about this machine, by the way. Been doing a lot of that in the Forge Hammer, where you get 3:2 ratio, and up there's a 1:1, which is obviously a lot better. But yeah, just have to keep that in mind, and we're going to craft a few more wires. I also know there's the wire mill. I don't know if that's a lot better, since that up there's also now a 1 ingot to 1 wire ratio, but I haven't exactly mathed out how many wires we need. We are actually going to need twice the amount I currently have, and as far as I know, somewhere here is where I dug down and found some soapstone. And soapstone is what I believe will grant me nickel, but I'm not too sure where exactly I dug down, but theoretically I can just dig down anywhere and I will hit soapstone, I think. And I hope soapstone was actually the one that grants me nickel. I didn't find soapstone, but I found redstone, which is also pretty decent. But not what I wanted to find, and I seemingly also blocked up where I came in, so where did I find soapstone again? Because my map is probably not going to tell me. Well, I guess it's time to dig down again and find some more ores. Hopefully diamonds as well. Haven't found any diamonds. I believe that I am lagging currently. No, I have fire protection. Is the hazmat suit granting me fire protection? I thought that I was lagging. Screw this. Falling into lava is no longer a threat to me. That's pretty good. There's zirconium down there. Let's see, can we see any diamonds, maybe? Please? Diamonds? Okay, over there's a cave we can get to. That's really cool to have. I thought I could do that with the gloves, but I actually can't. So yeah, really nice, but I didn't find any diamonds. Still haven't had any luck finding diamonds or soapstone, but as you can see, I've been expanding my map, and the first thing I'm going to do next is back this entire thing up, because I'm done searching for today, and I think it's a good point to wrap up on, because I'm probably not going to find soapstone, and even if I do, the episode would be pretty lengthy if I were to push through the electric blast furnace today. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm going to back up my save file, and I'm going to see you next time, I guess.